It's Monday morning in the sleepy port of Trogir, Croatia. And while most normal people start a normal week going about normal jobs, 3 professional mountain bikers are about to begin the adventure of a lifetime. The 3 are joining professional adventure photographer Dan Milner to photograph a mountain bike adventure.
Yeah, Ollie, this one is going to be a really tough one. Way up there alongside my Afghanistan and Ethiopia expeditions.
And for the next 7 days, their adventure HQ will be the 30-metre long yacht, the Sand Snova, or Porpoise Hunter, as it's called in English.
I've been looking forward to coming on a trip with Dan for a couple of years now. I was expecting a raft. Really, I was expecting a raft.
To be honest, I wasn't expecting a boat quite as big as this, but it doesn't make a lot of difference. Adventure is really about the attitude you bring on board.
Having been granted unparalleled access behind the scenes, our film crew will provide a rarely seen glimpse of the challenges, risks and rewards that are the ingredients of today's adventures. With several Croatian islands to traverse during the Porpoise Hunter's voyage, the team start early, meeting local guide and fixer Teddy Debelic to plan their trail hunt across the islands.
If we're going from the sea here to the sea there, can we do one with more descent
than uphill?
Yeah.
The team's demands might seem ambitious, but for professional adventure photographer Dan Milner, this is just another day.
No, essentially, it's just another day for me. As an adventure photographer,
he lives and breathes adventure wherever the job takes
me.
You've been on a couple of adventures with Dan before. What keeps you coming back?
The fact that even in surroundings like this, adventure is still alive with Dan.
Keeping the adventure alive is an essential part of living the dream for both professional athlete and professional adventure photographer. And the riding is only half the story. Like most seasoned veterans of adventure, photographer Dan is keen to impart his worldly wise knowledge to anyone and everyone willing to absorb it.
Yeah, that's it, fellas. Just push the wood in there.
There was one particular item that he said I should bring, and that was energy gels. And I completely forgot. I was at breakfast and I spotted some Nutellas, and I thought, yeah.
A simple mistake in the wilderness can cost a life or worse. So the team has come suitably equipped, ready for this expedition.
I brought with me a pocket chainsaw for cutting through wood to make emergency bivouacs and shelters.
I downloaded an app that tells you wherever you are in the world, it exactly pinpoints, laser precise where you are. You can never be lost, really.
I can't get a signal.
Essentially, I brought with me is this dry bag.
Do you think you're going to use that on a Mediterranean island in the dry season?
No.
But equipped or not, as the week passes, it becomes clear that one person's idea of adventure is not the same as another's. By day 3, friction begins to surface out on the trails.
Oh, what are you doing? I wasn't ready. Whoa, easy. Whoa, watch out. Oh, watch it. Yeah, that was great, fellas. The only thing is that if we're going to make it look like an authentic adventure, we're too remote for you to be jumping around and taking risks, yeah? So, can you just ride that again and keep your wheels on the ground this time?
Yeah, some of the guys are not got as much experience as me in adventure, so I'm having to encourage them to dig a bit deeper to find it.
Well, I mean, Dan was pretty adamant that we needed to be living off what was around us, you know, in the environment, and so salt water was an obvious choice. We've got it in abundance here on the boat. So yeah, I filled up the hydration pack with salt water.
Back on board the Porpoise Hunter, the deepening chasm of incompatibility that threatens to swallow the expedition's success is further highlighted by the vastly different pre-ride routines. While Dan calms his busy, adventurous mind with advanced yoga techniques, stretching is not on the athletes' agendas. Aware that his adventure credibility might be slipping from his wilderness calloused hands, Dan introduces some new ground rules for sleeping and eating going forward.
Dan is telling us it's not very adventurous, so he's given us some challenges to catch our own food.
Boys, there's no way that's a tuna, that's a dolphin.
Okay, why don't we just cut its head off? No one will know the difference, eh?
It takes leadership to restore the adventure hierarchy and refocus the team, but the tranquility is short-lived when rough weather hits the expedition. Wild seas make this a day no one will forget easily. This morning, the yoga mats are vacant, though below deck, the adventure spirit lives on. How did you cope with the rough weather?
I've been fine, yeah, I've felt fine. Not everyone in the group has, but
Yeah, it got quite rough at times, but it's nothing I can't handle. I had a bit of a bug, definitely something that I ate.
When the storm passes and calm returns to maritime life, it becomes apparent that as with the Porpoise Hunter's previous voyages, this one has touched the hearts, minds and very souls of those who have climbed aboard.
Dan had built it up to be quite tough. I didn't really find it that tough. I would say first trip I'm fluent in adventure. I look forward to doing more.
I think having Dan around definitely encourages you to find adventure in unlikely places.
I think there's plenty of adventure still to be had on here. After all, adventure is more about an attitude. Adventure.
I've really enjoyed this trip, eh? I've not experienced an adventure like this one, and I kind of took to it like a duck to water.
What sort of duck?
A kind of duck like a mallard.
I feel like it's been quite tough and that I've licked, sealed and pushed the envelope of adventure through a letterbox of no return. Yeah, I think it could be the last one actually. Yeah, but it's good to finish on a positive.
With the adventurer's adventure coming to an end, so our window closes into the unique world of both professional mountain biker and professional adventure photographer. It's a world fraught with dangers and unforeseen challenges. And it's an abnormal world that few normal people are willing to step into. If The Porpoise Hunter were a book, then this week has proved a life-changing chapter for its temporary readers. But for the permanent captain and crew, it has been little more than the turning of a single page. Like the islands that are reflected in her bow wave, our expedition team are left to reflect on their short time living aboard the Porpoise Hunter, a ship that sails into the hearts of everyone that sails upon her.
Sansnova means dream of dreams.